Generals, gentlemen.
Hashtag bring back V-Kaboom.
That's a pretty good hashtag machine, I have to say. So we're kind of sad here at General Gentlemen HQ. They are, as it would seem, discontinuing V-Kaboom. I mean, as it did specify in the label, it is limited edition, so
Yeah.
you couldn't get your hopes up. But we are somewhat sad because it is pretty much our favorite energy drink of all time.
This could be the last time we ever have V-Kaboom.
It could be.
It's starting to feel like V-Kaboom was released by EA, and they're just abandoning it, you know, 6 months after launch.
I'm going to give you 9 points out of 10 for that flame on EA there, machine.
Bro, feel free to use that in your script.
I will. I'd be very, very happy to. So we do have another game
I missed it.
Command and Conquer 0 Hour here. Genmaster on the bottom as our GLA Vanilla. We'll be facing off against Sexie at the top as our GLA Stealth. Given the hijacker just came out and there's no arms deal because this is 1.4.
And the tunnel stealth. So
And
yeah, Sexie is indeed the stealth. The Terror Car will be trying to crush the worker, but actually failed in the process. So the third supply is down for Sexie. A very aggressive opening, and it's risky to do that because in the GLA mirrors, they're very, very brutal. You can get worker crushed by technicals very easily. I wonder if the hijacker can hijack the demo car. Probably not.
I never tried it. I really want to now, and I want to lab it.
Considering the hijacker cost 3 times the cost, or maybe 2.5 times the cost of a demo car, probably isn't worth it. It's going to be a tunnel being placed down from Genmaster in the middle. Nice RPGs, though. We'll
denies the demo car.
Take that one out.
Very well played. So Technicals actually slipped through here on the side of Genmaster. He's got one in. So Sexie's idea for this strat, and it looks like he's going to go for the crushes here, Genmaster. Sexie's strat was to open aggressively and get the hijacker to actually camp down the arms dealer and catch this burst technical before it could actually get through to the supply lines, which it's now done. So Sexie's in some pretty big trouble.
He didn't get the worker.
Oh, he didn't get the last one,
got 2 of them. Another technical up here.
Has the hijacker been successful? It looks like he's actually still there. Jukes the tunnel as well. That's really nice micro from Genmaster.
What happened to him?
He's chilling by the arms dealer. He's waiting for the next whatever to come out.
Oh wow, he is.
Yeah. So that's where you want the hijacker. You want it to be right on the arms dealer and hijack whatever comes out of it. In this case,
quad.
Yeah, he should get the first quad. He really needs to get the first quad. That's really key. That may or may not keep Sexie in this game. I mean, he's already really far behind, having lost so many workers.
Now, one thing I want to point out as well is it was clever that Sexie didn't keep the hijacker in front of the arms dealer because it would have got crushed.
Yes, exactly.
By keeping it slightly north of the arms dealer, it was assured that he wouldn't actually lose it. So, having to sell his middle supply, the top left supply isn't actually mining. So, Sexie not having the best opener by the looks of things.
Not having a very good time. Not having a good time at all. I think the middle supply mining? Any of the suppliers of the 3 here? Oh, you did sell it. Okay,
yeah,
right. Yeah.
I literally just said that.
Yeah, I missed what you said at the start, and I was hoping it wasn't something to do with the suppliers. So
that's all right.
I was unfortunately mistaken. The technical is trying to very slowly... Man, this technical micro from Genmaster. I forget how good he is at microing technicals. I love his GLA play so much. He keeps them alive, and they've got veterancy now as well. It's just swag away into tunnel networks. He doesn't need to keep them there anymore.
I wonder how much scrap he has. I think one of them has scrap 1.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They can probably take out the
quad. No, that's 0 scrap.
The
Look at this micro though! What?
Micro! Ah!
Let's see if he gets the scrap. Yeah,
definitely should.
Wow. There we go. That's the dream.
Just kited away there, and it was the really nice technical kiting because if you do it to the side too much, it'll actually spin around and it'll take time.
It was still firing as well, yeah.
He did immediately backwards, which means the 50 cal on top actually keeps firing. Another like 5 worker crushes. These plays from Genmaster, he is a god. Sexie has some stuff on the right-hand side, and yeah, just keeping up the unit production as well from Genmaster is really nice. So not only is he microing, he's also spending this economy that he's got in terms of those 2 supplies.
Oh,
and
wow.
He's very well
he's going to lose the
off.
Vet 3 technical. Vet 3 captured.
That's
Makes absolutely no sense. Because you think that the veterancy would be the pilot, or the driver, or the gunner.
But no.
But 0 hour logic. Anyway.
0 hour logic.
Other than that...
Maybe the hijacker's just a really skilled talker, and he just convinces the technical guy, you're fighting for the wrong GLA.
I owe you, no.
So another... Oh,
wow,
the hijack comes out.
Actually, I think these hijack plays may be the end of Genmaster. He's losing quite a fair bit. Still,
I don't think it'll matter. I mean, Genmaster has really nice walling off. He's barely lost any of the workers. I mean, he lost one supply worth of workers, and that's about it. He's denied about 4 lots worth from Sexie here. Just a huge economical blow to him. Wow. Well, I
Nice
guess
work,
you can call
Sexie.
that good technical micro coming out from Sexie. He does get at least keep the 2 technicals
That was well
alive.
played by Sexie. Like, this
Yeah.
game is just crazy. Though one thing I would like to see is Genmaster go for an all cap.
Definitely. And as we speak, a Rebel comes out. So
Yeah, I think that's
I'm
his all cap
assuming
there.
he's an oil capper.
And he's trying to buy some time. Does he actually have an arms dealer
Don't
up?
think so.
Yeah, he literally doesn't have an arms dealer. So it's all about this technical micro. And he's actually holding on.
Yeah, that's the important one. It's the one with the up gun. The scrap technical is the most important one. Once they get rockets, it's actually really potent.
Popping out of the tunnel for the regenning of the health.
Pop back in.
Gets
Nice.
back in.
Good play. Good micro.
These quads are so weak. One of them goes down to the tunnel and dropping more scrap, but it actually was picked up by Genmaster. I'd love to see like, maybe a Scorpion would be a better choice rather than just these quads. Because it will be a lot harder to kill than the quads. Genmaster's really losing all these quads here, and he won't be able to get the supply in this case. These technicals are just too powerful.
Denying the scrap is really key here as well. Can he
Oh,
get a
loses
snipe?
one of them, though.
Loses one of the technicals.
Getting a little bit too deep. He's at half health as well. He can't... Oh, wow. So close. That actually would have been GG, 100%.
Yeah, that would
if he
have been
lost
GG.
that technical.
It still might be. I mean, at this point, Genmaster has control over the entire map. He's going for the all caps now. Look at that sneaky tunnel network coming in from Sexie. It's going to be denied by the pop coming
Yeah, he
out
sees
there.
it.
Funny stuff.
Only one quad left. He may get it down to the hole, but he won't kill it.
I doubt it.
Going the long way. And actually, it will increase the time it takes for the quad to reacquire the target. Not by much, though, but either way,
Looks like by enough.
he gets it. Supply actually survives, which
does.
is important.
This is the extent of the army here coming in from Sexie's.
More hijackers.
One Vet 3 fully scrapped technical.
And this is why 0 Hour is so fun. Because...
I mean, Genmaster has pretty much won this game on the back of 2 technicals.
yeah, exactly.
Essentially, he won this entire game off the back of 2 technicals, assuming he takes it out. And I mean, it looks like he will at this point. But, you know, you never know what Sexie might be able to pull out.
0 Hour... Oh, no. 0 Hour is like the only game where micro is this important.
Yeah.
Where you can 2v5.
Yeah.
Where you can outplay your opponent with an army a third their size just by superior control. Not very tactical like Company of Heroes, but the amount of micro required is really quite fantastic and
Completely
really exciting
unmatched.
to see.
Completely unmatched in modern RTS.
Here we go. More hijack plays. Genmaster.
Oh, the baits with the technicals.
Oh, he got one of them got crushed.
Go for the wrong one. You gotta be careful. You have to go for
Whoops.
the right quad. That happens so much. If you're going for a big army and you want the Overlord in the middle of it, you have to avoid all the crushes.
Now, Genmaster really should have radar van by now, but it looks like he actually has the middle supplies. He will lose both of these quads, gets the scrap, the tunnel is still firing, the RPGs come out as well. Nice RPG pop. He may have actually lost the quad if it weren't for those RPGs, but it's going to be the 3rd and the 4th supplies. So if Genmaster can, and all Derek as well.
Yeah.
So if Genmaster can hold on, which I'm sure he can, there's only arms that are coming up now, then he's going to have a much superior economy.
And that's something that really can draw out these games. As
Oh,
we
wow.
talk, this is a big engagement.
There's just more of these quads. And now that there's a lot of veterancy on the field, especially with that Vet 3 Uber Technical of Doom.
And the reason some of these games can keep going is because the larger your army gets, the harder the micro gets.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, if Sexie only has 1 unit, he only has 1 unit to micro, so it gets microed really efficiently.
Yeah, it's such a big like comeback mechanic. Is that the
Good way of putting it.
yeah the player with the bigger army, like you can easily lose. Like 0 Hour is a game where you just cannot attack move.
No.
Attack move you're gonna lose. Whereas most games, if your army is big enough, well, it doesn't really matter. Quads are probably one of the easiest units to attack move with, just because they're effective against all targets. Either way, losing the 3rd supply and actually doing a bit of harassment here as well. It's technical, man. I wonder what
Doing
KD
work.
ratio is. It's probably killed about 5 or 6 quads
Yep.
on its own.
On either side as well.
Yeah.
So.
He comes a Scorpion though, which is nice to see mixed
Oh, it
in.
might go down.
He will need the rockets for it to be effective though,
Wow.
and preferably a bit more of them. Maybe a Palace is coming out now. Palaces could be great. It gives me Jarman snipes that Vet 3 double scrapped Uber Technical of Doom. That would be a huge blow.
Nice guard mode.
The
that tunnel network up
nice.
there, yeah, got the guard mode down with the quads. So, has been watching the Machines videos as we all recommend you do.
We've got more to record tonight as well.
Sorry?
We've got more to record tonight.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I want to do the like the scaffold to bait MiGs.
Oh,
so you can cap an airfield.
to cap an airfield, yeah.
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 I also want to do. There's like a garrison bug as well, which is interesting. Do you know that units inside of garrisons apparently don't fire at their max range? Like, unless you like manually target them, they won't use their full range. Anyway, never mind that. Nice concave as well here, but the Scorpion isn't taking much damage still. Bit of a sloppy retreat. We'll see it go down nonetheless. And nice tunnel here from Genmaster. It may allow him to get the oil derrick. Palace is being thrown down for Sexie as well, though.
Sexie has a pretty strong foothold on the right-hand side, and he actually threw down another supply as well. I think he's in pretty desperate need of supplies at this point.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Having not been mining from his own for quite some time.
Nice snipe. That's a really important tonight. Well. As GLA stealth, you really want to get those battle buses up.
Oh yeah.
Because in buggies as well, just because you don't have tanks. Yeah, they'll look like, and something that we've seen quite prominently in GLA mirrors is whoever has the critical mass of buggies first gets a pretty big edge over their opponent. We'll have to retreat these buggies though, and the quads. Loses another quad here. Once again, Genmaster's unit preservation isn't exactly the best, and there's no rear tunnel to pop from. Trying to do some nice snipes. He really wants to get the second tunnel down, but nice work of focus. And yeah, that's really for buggies. You want to have a backline of tunnels so you can have the poke and the tunnel pops while still having a tunnel to defend.
Oh, hopefully the cancel comes out here.
Oh no!
No, yeah, I think that was cancelled.
Yeah,
I think
it looked
that
like
was cancelled.
Denies the all cap as well.
I was actually watching that really closely, and I'm pretty sure before the first rocket hit,
it was close though.
Yeah, it was
I think it did
close.
actually. We can probably look at the cash.
And
yeah,
it's pretty crucial because that's a lot of money to be investing. Nice counter pop here from Sexie. He does have the bigger army at this point. Denying the oil cap is a good call.
He could get it himself, but it's going to be far too risky that you might as well just punish it. But look at this, Sexie is going to be denying the base supply.
Man, I called it way too early. Sexie is so still in this game. This is insane.
Force the sell or the cancel of the black market. No buggy ammo on the buggies yet either.
Uh-oh, here comes the quad pop. We'll need to split up the buggy a bit. Two should be focusing each quad.
Wow, this is a pretty bad engagement here for Sexie.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
He's lost a lot of his quads. The buggies are kiting. Nice micro so far. He's out in the open, so these quads getting out roasted. Yeah, this probably isn't a good fight here for Sexie.
No, it's probably his worst one so far.
And they've all been vetted, so he lost quite a fair bit there.
Another quad getting shot down, yeah. Looks like he's got to be really careful. He can't lose this many quads. Genmaster just has more cash.
Maybe a scrambler, but it really didn't matter that much. He was in combat. It's going to make a big difference now if he gets the edge.
So now the buggies have to be very careful. And look, there's two hijackers coming out as well. That's going to be key because Genmaster still hasn't invested in a radar van. Sexie made a really nice play in that he just had a 10-minute lull period where he didn't build any hijackers. And that kind of puts a false sense of security in the mind of Genmaster, thinking, okay, maybe I don't have to worry about them anymore. And now Sexie builds two more hijackers. And another oil deny here. Fantastic play from Sexie. Gentlemen, 100% recommend you deny the oils as much as possible. Even if he loses these quads, that's worth. You want to kill that oil derrick. There's just too much money coming in at this moment for Genmaster. That concave is going to be really nice.
It's the best formation is when you have an entire line where all of your quads have attack range, so they can all fire, against the horizontal line where you're only having to fight one or two quads at a time. That's really what you want to have. You want to have that concave where you have the better angle over your opponent, the better formation.
Sexie goes with the counter pop, which is a good move against it. Doesn't really want to fight those buggies out in the open. GPS scramble would be a lot better. Sexie's actually taking control of that back right-hand supply there of Genmaster, of which there are still quite a few supplies. Getting to be a pretty intense game at this point. So looking at a vanilla versus stealth late game, which can be pretty good for stealth because GPS Scrambler is just so strong.
Well, Vanilla has Scrambler as well. The difference is Scrambler comes at 3.
Yeah, 3 for
Generals points, where it's
Sexie,
5.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called, the level 5 Generals points. So they still have the Scrambler. They both have the Sneak Attack, Anthrax Bomb, Rebel Ambush, which is probably not going to be useful. Maybe like level 1 Rebel Ambush against the buggies. Buggy ammo's completed a big power spike for Genmaster. It's been a while since we used the term power spike, as we don't really cast much MOBAs anymore, do we?
Not a hell of a lot, Machine. Not a hell of a lot.
Love that term.
Being big RTS fanboys that we are now.
The tunnel won't get
Secret
denied.
tunnel! The secret tunnel!
Oh, whoa!
Buggies get collapsed on!
Where are you gonna run, Genmaster?
down,
Your buggy's
two
got
goes
nowhere
down.
to go.
They're gonna have to retreat to the middle. They should get away. We're losing 2 buggies.
That wasn't that bad.
Could have been worse. That was a really good reaction there from Genmaster.
You should have seen the worker. He was hammering his hammer at something.
They stealth, I think. Do they?
Sorry?
Do they stealth when they're building stealth tunnels?
No. No, they don't.
Nah, they don't. Oh, no, they're built out in the open. I just remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
The hijackers are looking for vehicles. Quads are getting focused
yeah.
by the pallets.
Look,
Nice to see the pallets actually being garrisoned by RPGs.
I think leaving the GPS scrambled quads out in the open could be a good move just to catch out buggies in the back line. Really good pops coming in here from Sexie. Here comes the buggies.
That's a very important deny if he can get it.
Wow, okay, so now the quads are in big trouble. Even though one buggy goes down, not a second though.
Did you also know that having scrap combined with vet detracts from
Yes,
the overall DPS?
Yeah, DPS
Yeah.
of the quads because of the
In fact, the Sage is crap.
yeah.
Either way, a lot of
Silly
quads.
engine out of 10.
A lot of quads are being thrown down.
Yeah, you don't want to have 3 vet and have scrap.
You also don't want to have a hijacker.
You can have one or the other. Either one is great, but yeah, if anything, you want to get scrap on.
Oh, there we go.
No vetted. Wow.
Not focusing the buggy, a little bit too late. Doesn't get any buggies with that one. And what, another tunnel being placed down here. The buggies are being taken up by his RPGs. Quads all over the place, focusing on the worker.
Worker goes down. Nice guard mode.
Should probably just explain that for those of you who aren't quite aware of what we were saying. Basically, the issue with the scrap is scrap increases the damage of a quad. What it does is it decreases the individual damage per bullet, but drastically increases their rate of fire. And then, like, veterancy also increases your rate of fire. And what happens is the veterancy bonus rate of fire plus the scrap rate of fire bonus, it ends up being too high for the Sage engine to handle. So theoretically, it is supposed to increase your damage, but in practice, because of the way that the Sage engine can't handle numbers that high, the quad ends up not firing, or not doing as much damage as it otherwise would if it didn't have scrap. So generally, it's worth not scrapping up your quads. Save it for something like a Scorpion or a Marauder, or really a Technical, really any other vehicle that benefits a lot more from the scrap. Or if you can, like, get one quad scrapped up, just so then you can use that one to get all of the scrap to just get your money back, rather than distributing it evenly amongst them.
Also a good idea.
Because you want to have the money. It's like
Battle buses
50.
with scrap is cool.
Yeah, they get extra health.
Extra health, yeah. Only one that does.
Radar van gets extra swag.
Does it really? I wasn't
not
informed
really.
of that. So.
It only gets extra. Oh, Scrambler right here. Yeah, it gets extra money. It doesn't actually get any bonuses, I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't think it does.
Either way.
A small machine gun would be really nice, just on top of the radar van.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or just a guy out of the window there with a pistol or something. I don't know, something fun. You get like Jarman Kell can now garrison himself inside of a radar van. It gets like a 1 garrison slot.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be nice. Be a good time as...
Can now spawn angry mobs.
At half the cost. So Genmaster doing a good job of tunnel denying here and has actually cleaned Sexie out of the back half of his base, which is nice. It can be hard to do that with a GLA stealth. That being said, we do begin the black market count.
Woo!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the looks of things here for Sexie. Genmaster I don't think has had that chance to put that many down. He did have it on this side though.
3?
3 over this side. I didn't actually see that. And the command center going down as well for him, as are the... I don't know, I don't want to say mob of workers. We really have to think of a better term because there's angry mobs.
Flock of workers? Flock, I don't know.
We'll work on it. And get back to you, ladies and gentlemen.
Entourage of workers?
You never know. So Genmaster just trying to consolidate his position here, I think, more than anything else.
Now, these workers are stealthed, I think. At least this one is. He doesn't realize the tunnel will reveal it, though.
Yeah.
That's a lot of workers. If only he was demo. You use them to suicide themselves.
They can actually be pretty potent if you see an army of workers just running at your base. They can blow up buildings and stuff. I've seen it happen.
There was a generals challenge done by CNC HD.
Mm-hmm.
It was a him against the USA Air Force general. I forget his name, Granger.
Yeah.
And he made it so he could only use worker demo.
Wow.
So he did the whole thing. I think he built like quads for anti-air.
Yeah.
But then basically he destroyed the entire base using worker demos.
That's intense.
Yeah, took him a few hours though.
Sounds a lot of fun. We should do that. That should be the next challenge.
No, we shouldn't. That's terrible.
Sounds like it would take a very long
It'd be cool for 10
time.
minutes and it's like, okay, I'm bored now.
Yeah, this isn't that fun. You get the idea.
He's a Jarman though.
Back to the game at hand. Yeah, so Jarman hasn't had a huge impact just thus far. More quads getting sniped down here for Sexie. His engagements aren't really working for him anymore, and he has no buggy count.
Battle Bus is going to be great though.
That's what we want.
Especially when
GPS
you have
scrambled battle buses are insane.
Yeah, it's the dream because you get those ambushes, and you really catch stuff out of position. No sign of Scud launchers either. Both an option, but probably won't be used given the general unlock point.
Does stealth get Scuds?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Probably
I think so. I could be wrong though.
Probably
They don't get tanks. Scud launcher,
No, they
I'm
don't,
pretty sure
no.
counts. I mean, like infantry gets like nuke, so like surely
True, yeah.
stealth
No,
gets
yeah,
Scud launchers.
You would think so.
Air Force and Super Weapon both get Tomahawks. Another GPS Scrambler.
You just don't want to be trying to tank
Whoa.
at any point in the game.
Where
Here
did
we
that
go.
come from?
I don't even know where that tunnel was, man. I don't even know. A lot of explosions coming out here, and the battle bus does get sniped down.
Wasn't actually very successful though.
No, it wasn't.
Another
Wow, it was
tunnel.
another tunnel. Did he
The
just not
worker's
notice?
GPS scrambled.
Huh?
The worker
Ah,
is...
that's why. I saw a stealth worker earlier. That's why I got confused. The worker's GPS scrambled.
Yeah,
That's
though,
genius.
can he actually hold on to his tunnel here? The battle buses are pretty effective, but there's so
Wow.
many quads and buggies.
And then popped as
He
well.
gets back in there.
Oh,
He's
wow.
evacing now with his whole
This
army.
play!
This is
Sexy.
a monster play here coming out of
Sexy,
Sexy.
this is sexy.
The radar van's revealing, but the radar van can't contribute. There's no swag guy with a pistol out the window.
There is not indeed. It has no scrap.
Oh, man.
Gets destroyed. This could be the game. This is probably going to be
And
game.
this is exactly where the battle buses want to be. They're caught around these choke points where the quads can't really all be firing. Only a few of them are within range at a given time. So the battle bus is definitely benefiting, and they keep popping in the tunnel.
Being healed up.
So just to clarify, the worker doesn't get stealth when building a tunnel. But the worker was stealthed with a GPS scrambler, and the tunnel is stealth because it's GLA stealth. So he literally can't see the tunnel being built.
No, you can't unless you have a radar van like right
or a
next
tunnel
to it,
nearby.
which would you assume
Wow.
you would. That was such a good play from both of my players. I can't believe that because I got so confused before because I'm like, I'm sure you can guard mode like workers building like stealth tunnels, like tunnel networks. I was sure, but I saw the worker was stealth and I got really confused as to why that was. And you picked it up there. It was,
I thought
it was
you
a
were just being a
GPS
filthy noob.
scrambled worker. No, I wasn't. No, I was seriously. I mean, I saw the stealth worker and I've never seen that play before from GLA stealth. I've never
GPS
seen
scramble, the technical.
I bet you
evac-
anything that was an accident. I bet you anything, because I saw there was like a worker standing where the tunnel network was as he stealths his entire army. Oh, my worker's stealth. I wonder what I can do with that. And Sexy just comes up and is like, I'll just build tunnel networks in your base. So
what you probably could do then is buy a rebel bike. Because it'll be, a rebel bike, evac it, put a stealth worker on it, scramble it, drive the worker bike into the base, evac it,
Can
put
you
a tunnel.
do that? Can you get a worker bike?
Yeah.
You can get terrorist bikes.
Yeah,
You can get
worker
worker
bikes.
bikes. Okay, yeah.
With the worker bike, so I'm pretty sure if you evac it, it'll destroy the bike, so it should reveal it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. I don't know about tunnels either, technicals either. Either way, cool game.
Cool plays.
Really great micro from both of our players,
Yeah.
and that was a sexy play from Sexy.
Yeah, it was, and you came back as well. I didn't predict it. I didn't see it coming. I thought Genmaster could close that game, but Genmaster, with the insane technical micro early, Sexy just relying too heavily on getting those hijackers to get the first couple of technicals, but they went through the tunnel networks, and he wasn't ready for that. And so he ends up, losing so many workers, and still comes back into that game really nicely just because of just hanging on thanks to being GLA stealth. And
It's a good
just
matchup, I
really
think.
good technical micro on his side when he got that scrapped one.
Yeah.
That just kept him in the game. Kept him in the game 100%. The Vet 3 fully scrapped technical just kept him in the game. Took
Sick
out like
plays.
8 quads or something like that. It was ridiculous. Yeah, that was great. And everyone take note. Stealth workers. We want to see more of that. That's a fun thing, and we've never actually seen that, having casted Zero out for God knows how long.
Yeah, like last week when we saw a Moab for the first time.
Yeah. Sorry?
Remember last week we saw a Moab for the first time?
Good fun.
Well, that'll do it, folks. Be sure to subscribe for more crazy, interesting 0-hour strats, as well as if you want to buy a sexy, swaggy hoodie.
Oh, not wearing one.
Blake doesn't have one. He's getting one soon, though. So, yeah. Check out our shirt store. Yeah. Spreadshirt.generalsgentlemen.com.
It'll be in the description.
I think that's it. Unless it's generalsgentlemen.spreadshirt.com. Either way, check those out. Get your swag on.
With us.
Farewell.
It'll be great.
Good evening.
See you guys.